Let's get ready to rumble! 10 rounds of boxing. This is in the junior middleweight division. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Robert Palmer. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black and gold trunks, weighing in at 153 pounds. He comes to us from the Motor City of Detroit, Michigan, with a professional record of 23-2. 1 draw, 7 KOs to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Lonnie Honeybee Beasley. And his opponent across the ring, wearing the sparkling red trunks and weighing in at 155 pounds. From the capital of New York, Albany, New York, his professional record, 16 victories with 3 defeats, 5 draws, 4 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony the Suba Marshall.
Gentlemen, you had your pre-fight instructions. Give me a good, clean fight. Touch him up now. Come on out the bell. Good luck.
So here's a look at Lonnie Beasley, 23-2 with 7 knockouts. As you see, a winner in his last fight. 10 rounds, the norm for Lonnie. This is not a fight that you would necessarily look for knockouts, but this is the night that you look for knockouts, so who knows? Beasley started quickly in the last fight. He didn't end so quickly, although I have to say he did throw 92 punches in the 10th round. It was 6, 7, 8, 9 in which Marshall started to take control of the fight. Marshall figures he's got to get out quicker.
Tony Marshall has been kind of enigmatic. After he beat Aaron Davis, we thought, you know, he was definitely right in there as a junior middleweight contender, even potentially getting a title shot soon. Then he had a kind of a lethargic outing against Andrew Council. We'll see how he comes back here. You can't have 2 guys matched up more evenly than these 2.
No, this is strictly a case of who's right tonight. Good right hand from Beasley and a left hand from Beasley. Beasley wants to fight him at long range. And that shouldn't be a big problem against Marshall.
Marshall likes to keep you on the end of his jab also. So as you point out, they're really very similar in styles. Usually with the loss to Julio Cesar Green in Las Vegas, going for the NABF title.
Forgivable loss.
Yeah. Green's a good fighter, and it was a kind of a wacky circumstance. Good counter-punching by Lonnie Beasley. Marshall is not normally the quickest starter anyway. Beasley is boxing extremely well in this first round. The battle of the jabs is also important here. So far, Beasley's winning.
Good left hand from Marshall. Caught Beasley off balance. I think it pushed him back more than it did hurt him. Good left hand from Marshall. Good left hand from Beasley.
Marshall is not normally the greatest left hook artist on earth, especially from the outside, and yet he got 2 good ones in there.
He told us this morning he's been working on that, just trying to stay more on balance and not throw off his heels.
That time,
a slap.
Yeah, but that time Beasley beat him to the punch with that hook.
First round, pretty much of a microcosm, I think, of what we might expect. Coming to the end of round number 1, very even round. You can look for more of that. Well, the battery's good. Allen, the manager of James Toney in Beasley's corner.
He's going to be on the Maury Povich show.
Yes.
They're doing a feature on
They are, on the work that she's done with kids in the city of Detroit. She's gotten a lot of them off the streets and into the gym. Numbers in the first round, and Beasley with a big edge over Marshall.
And Marshall landed a couple of real showy punches there, but more certainly landed for Beasley. found something here that works, and that's landing the left hook. But what he ought to do probably is work more on the inside if he can, Barry, and then that hook would be really effective.
And it would also take Beasley's looping punches away.
He's having a hard time getting through the jab, though, to do that.
There you go. There you go.
I have to think, Alex, he's a very frustrating kind of fighter to fight.
Yeah, he's a little bit awkward. He's got pretty good movement. He comes at you from a kind of odd angle.
Can't get at him. You always wind up lunging at him.
Well, there he threw an uppercut Beasley way back, which is very unorthodox.
Very dangerous as well.
Now, remember, as we watch this, Lonnie Beasley has a history of fading in later rounds in fights. So he may box great here for the first 5-6 rounds, but what will he do for the last part of the fight? One of the things that makes this an intriguing bout.
A good uppercut from Beasley. Well, Beasley said that's the old Lonnie Beasley. He doesn't get tired anymore.
Beasley switches to lefty there for a moment.
We were talking to Beasley this morning about the fact that he's 29 years old, and he says, I'm going to fight till I'm 36. He said, whether I win or whether I lose, I'm fighting till I'm 36. He said, I didn't start until late. Why not go until I'm late?
He's the Harold Brazier of his division.
That's what we said.
Yeah, I remember. That's right. I almost forgot. Hey, by the way, all those eateries we ate at, 346, I think it was.
I know what you're going to say.
Not one
Buffet.
was a buffet.
Exactly.
Not one. Just want to point that out for the record.
I did have one during basketball season, breaking a perfect record.
That was without me, though, so it doesn't
Yeah,
count.
it was in Provo, Utah. That's all there is.
Nice right by Marshall. When he's on the inside, he can get it done. And he may have to move on the inside more.
Going into Lonnie Beasley's corner now. That is the corner of Tony Marshall, however.
You're pitching him to pull up in right now.
And now we're in Lonnie Beasley's corner.
Hook out of the right hand. Look at him all day long. All day long. And stay relaxed. Keep that jab on. And keep the right hand in the pocket. Don't get charged, okay? You got it? Yeah. Doing great, baby.
Very calm
Just
conversation
down all the way
going on.
Walking down the way you go. That's your fight. And
Quiet.
Stop looking
Very
at
quiet.
the jab. The tail up. The jab.
Set to go to round number 3 now. Beasley in the orange and black. And Tony Marshall bedecked as usual. However, Tony Marshall told us this morning that he can't find his tailor. His tailor's missing in action.
You're kidding.
Oh, it's a terrible thing. I would think he'd be very recognizable. He's the only guy wearing a blue satin suit with orange fringe.
And that's for lunch. There's the jabs through round 2. Beasley winning that. And actually, even just winning it by 13, I would almost think by more. But his jabs have been stronger than Tony Marshall.
Think about where I live. Everybody wears a blue satin suit with orange fringe.
Is it normal garb for your area? Yeah, good point.
There's a right hand from Marshall.
And there's the hook on the end of everything. Tony Marshall's found a home for that punch. But that's about the only punch he has found a home for. You know, even when Marshall misses with the jab, it's offsetting what Beasley's doing. Beasley was the one that was landing more of the jabs earlier. See, the ducking under by Marshall is important to get that hook off. Some subtle changes happening in this round. A little less movement from Beasley. And Marshall's cutting the ring off better.
I think what Beasley is doing is he's keeping pretty much the same look every time. He's just going right to left.
And Marshall's picking up on the rhythm now. Still, Beasley's Lonnie's managing to ward a lot of those punches, but he's not firing back. The punch that's been conspicuously absent from Marshall is the right hand. Even when he lands a jab, there's no right behind it. And he's got a pretty good right.
Tony Marshall has had 5 draws in his 24-fight career. And I think the reason for it, the only logical explanation, I don't even know if it's logical, is the fact that he doesn't do anything convincing enough. So as a result, there's always at least one